Okay, this is Mercy EG2, the rhythm part, which is really still a lot of lead parts. Song is in the key of F. Easiest way to play it is capo on the 5th fret, so it's C shapes. C is an F. Um, you want to have a good bit of delay and reverb going, um, especially in the verse. You're going to want to have like a dotted delay kind of thing, that kind of rhythm. Um, and yeah, the song's got some 6/4 measures, so you'll notice that there's. It seems like there's an extra beat in some places in the verse and in the chorus. The bridge is straight 4/4, but it's not hard. It makes sense. It sounds like it makes sense. So the verse pattern is, and you can hear that dotted delay, fill in that rhythm there. That's kind of what you need it for. So that's with the capo on 5. Then you're playing the 3rd fret. I'm gonna call this 0, 1, 2, 3. The 3rd fret on the D string, and then down to the 2nd, and then to the 3rd on the A string. And then that's the first pattern. The second pattern is the same thing, and then you slide that one up to the 5th string, 5th fret on the A string, 5th fret, or you can play open on the D. So, I like sliding up better, but it's up to you. So you just alternate between those two, and then for the chorus, you've got the hardest part of the song for you. I think it's pretty tricky at first, but it makes sense. So you're gonna leave this finger on the B string on the 1st fret. Just leave it there. It's the easiest thing to do. And then your 2nd finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret on the G string, and then you've got. And you're just gonna play straight down like that, and then you're gonna open up the G string like that, and then you're gonna do it real quick. That's the B string, and then back to the G, and then you're gonna get your ring finger up to the D string on the 3rd fret, and then with your pinky, also the 3rd fret on the B string. So, and then you're still holding the 1st fret down. So it's 3rd on the G, D, 3rd on the D, 3rd on the B, and then 1st on the B, and then you go to finish it. So that's the 3rd that you just hit, and then the 2nd on the D. So all together in slow mo. And at the speed of the song, it goes like this. I'm gonna cut some of that delay so that you can hear it better. And you're just gonna repeat that. That was garbage. That's your chorus pattern. And then for your verse, 2nd verse, it's the same thing. Starts off the same way. And then they do. It's the same little stutter picking pattern that the guitar 1 does, and it's just on the 5th fret on the D string. That's the pattern. I push down and then on the accents, and then let up to mute it, like right. When we have played it in the past, I just let guitar 1 do it only, and EG2 just still does, because I think 2 guitars doing this can get messy if they're not exactly on. So I guess we'll just see if we want to which way we want to do it. But it's So it's either the same pattern as the verse or just like in verse 1, but instead of going to this note, we're doing the 5th fret on the D string. The chunky thing is always on that note. So and that just replaces whatever it was from verse 1 if you're doing that pattern. Chorus 2 is the same. Same thing. And it just does that like however many times it's in the chorus. 4 times, I think. 8 times. Who knows? It's 2 choruses. And then we get to the bridge. So the beginning of the bridge, you're playing nothing, and then it's octaves. So you can kill that delay, that dotted delay. Throw on a little bit of gain, and then the first octave is open. It's on the open string. It's where the capo is. It's an A string open, and then you got to mute the D string with this finger. So like I've got it just touching it so that it doesn't make any noise, and then I'm pushing down the 2nd fret on the G string. So those 2 notes are the only ones ringing, and the middle one is just a chunk. And then you're going to do it an octave, and the way that I do octaves up here is the first finger plays the bottom note, and then it also mutes. Like I've got it, I lay it down enough to mute the middle string, and then I put my ring finger or my pinky or whatever on that string. You can also use your pinky and then use your ring finger to mute the middle string. But anyways, it's an octave on the open string. They're all going to be on the A string. If you think about like a power chord, the A string is going to be on the open, and then on the 3rd fret, and then the 2nd fret. So that sounds like. And it's doing that rhythm, that like dotted 16th or dotted 8th rhythm. And then you do that for the whole bridge. And then you start, and then the last time, and when we're going into the interlude, you can open up there, you can let off the palm mute and start strumming it a little bit harder. And then during the interlude, it's the same pattern, except for you do it more often. So instead of going, you're gonna go. And that's 11th, the 11th fret, or sorry, the 13th fret, the 12th fret, and the 10th fret. And you do that 3 times, and then the 4th time, you're going to go, instead of going to the 10th, you're going to go. So it's the 15th. And the last chorus, instead of doing that picking pattern from before, it's all going to be chords. So first is going to be your A minor. What you're going to do is you're going to leave this first finger on that B string right there. You're going to play an A minor, and then you're going to take both of these fingers, and you're going to move them up a string set. So like an E minor, sort of. It's like an E minor with this. And then you're going to take. So loud. And then you're just going to move them up there. You're going to just slide them both up there, if you can. It's like a suspended F chord, because it's A minor, E minor, F. This is all according to the capo, by the way. And then you're going to hit the C. you're gonna do that rhythm from the bridge. And you just do that the entire. That's the whole final chorus. You can also, if you want to throw in on that C, if you want to put your pinky on the 3rd fret on the E string sometimes, like. It's just an interesting thing you can add. You can also take a C bar chord, like bar this, and then put so it would be the bar on the A string on the 3rd fret up from the capo, and then the 5th fret up from the capo on the next 2 strings, and then the bar for the last 2 strings. Just a different sounding, a different voicing that sounds good. So like. You got options. If you want to keep it simple, you just stay on the C. And you're digging into it pretty good there with a decent amount of the gain. So I am going to now play the song, the track. I'm going to play it without that guitar part in it, and then I'm going to play along with it, so you can see it in context.
1, 2, 3, 4.
First time, nothing. It's just piano and bass. octaves.
Repeat bridge. Refrain. Chorus. Repeat chorus.
The last one, you don't hit it 3 times.